Browntown.
Dogs of Browntown.
Dogs of Browntown.
Dogs of
Browntown.
Kink is
Because you're
children.
digging your own.
That's your kink.
I'm just imagining you digging your own grave with your own dick because it's all shovel like.
No way, dude. No. I don't think I could get that hard. to
Like it
dig.
needs to be hard. Yeah.
Depends how soft the dirt is.
See, I got a whole foreskin situation where you're getting it up. Nah, never
Hey,
mind.
you and
We
me
don't wanna
both.
get into
No,
it.
it's fine. It's fine.
Welcome to Dogs of Browntown.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
We didn't even fucking. You want to do it officially? Hold on. Count
Yeah.
us in.
Bisto Panj. Bisto Chahar. 23. No, I'm just kidding. Let's just get into it.
Yeah.
I started from
Give us a
25.
3-2-1. 3-2-1.
Se, do, yek.
Welcome to Dogs of Browntown. I'm your ever so succulent host, Saul
Ooh.
Trujillo. I don't want. I
I
was going
like
to say
it.
Very succulent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
succulent today.
Yeah.
But-
You hold water.
I hold water really well.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And I surprisingly do okay in the heat. Welcome to Dogs of Browntown. I'm your host, Saul Trujillo. To my right, we got your other host
Hormoz Rashidi.
next to him.
Joel Jimenez.
Welcome to
We
Dogs.
sound like AI version.
Joel Jaime Jimenez.
Joel Jaime Jimenez.
You guys do both have last names that get fucked up by Americans a lot, right?
What's the worst way they...
Trujillo.
Yeah.
And Jimenez.
Jimenez.
I had... I
White people
think...
can't fuck with J's.
Not even white people, black
no,
people
no.
too. Let's
Yeah.
go ahead and get black. And Don Barris didn't even
and black
try.
people- yeah, what did Don
Oh, I
say?
heard about this. What
I was in the
happened?
OR. Yeah, and then Don Barris is a we got to give context to people. But if you don't know who Don Barris is, legendary comedian who closes out the original room, does cold open for.
Chunk in the Goonies.
Was he?
I'm just
Shut the
kidding.
fuck up! I was like, wait a minute, he didn't do the truffle shuffle. That would be funny for him to do the
The
truffle
king
shuffle.
of late night.
He does have a ruffle duffel, though. It's a
Yeah.
duffel bag full of ruffles.
Yeah. He didn't even, he's up there high or whatever the fuck and
Yeah.
thinking about something. And he goes up with a mask on because he's there. He's got basketball shorts on. His dick's on the table.
He is sitting on the table,
And-
the front table.
And I was about to tell Kaylee I'm about to leave because I was like, I'm not, because I wasn't sure if he was going to do 20 minutes up top,
Yeah.
30 minutes up
No,
top.
he
I was
doesn't
like,
do that
I'm
long.
good. So, and then as I'm about to tell Kaylee, he goes, Kaylee, who's next? And I was like, oh, I just told her I'm not, I guess it's just me. And she goes, Saul Trujillo. And he goes, all right, this next guy's great.
It is funny when he does those sets where he's high out of his mind and he's like, you could tell his lips are real dry.
Yeah.
One night he went to some like infused dinner and he had like a weed pizza and it was the weirdest shit I've ever seen, man. He had to keep having Kaylee like prompt him for jokes. He's like, oh yeah, so bees are in the news.
Stoner comics piss me off so much.
Yeah.
I just so happen to be high on stage because I need the confidence to say all the mean things I'm
Yeah.
about to say. So weed kind of takes me there.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Weed
So-
would rob me of that.
No, I need it. I need
Yeah.
to go. No, not that. You said a good thing, and then it'll
I don't
get
think
laughs.
it. I don't think it helps me. I just don't think it hinders me much.
No.
No. I feel like when I'm not high at all, I'm a little sharper.
Yeah.
But when I'm high, I'm still like pretty sharp because I know.
Yeah.
Just the right amount of high. Like one time I went up on edibles and like
Oh fuck that.
no edibles also, but I wasn't feeling good, and then I did it was a couple years ago. I did a bump of coke, and then I like got on stage and. I felt bulletproof. I was murdering to a point to where I've never murdered like that before, and I was just loose and good. And I got off. I was like, I can't do it like that because if you keep doing it like that, you're gonna chase that the whole
yeah.
time.
Oh, yeah.
You're
Yeah.
gonna chase how
you're
you
gonna die.
think. Yeah, and you're,
You're gonna die.
or
You're
else
gonna
like,
die.
you're gonna have a heart attack on
You're gonna have a heart
stage.
attack, yeah.
It's gonna give up. Like,
Yeah.
You're gonna be killing them and yourself.
Try
Dude.
the edibles, but fuck the coke. I can't fuck with edibles at all, but
Like at all? You
Like at
never
all.
do them?
I never do them. If I do them, it's almost always I don't feel it or my world gets rocked.
Yeah.
I've only maybe twice in my life hit that sweet spot right in the middle.
Yeah. Huh.
But
You've never had it? Have you either of you ever had anxiety on stage, but then like went right through it?
What do you mean?
Like, I'm about to have a.
Yes.
Oh no, we're good.
No. One of my first main room spots when I got hired here, I was full in my mind having a full deer in headlights moment. I was talking, I was doing the act, but I was like, oh, I can drop this mic right now, leave through that side door in the main room, and just run away, and that's it. And I was thinking this the whole time I'm talking. I was so terrified.
Thank you for letting me know that, because if I'm ever in the room and you end up doing that, I'll fucking hunt you down like a dog catcher.
Oh, that's good.
You're actually chipped right now, so just in case you get feral.
Well,
I see it. He's on my phone.
When someone chips you, it is a potato chip. So
They're like, how come it's not tracking him? They're like, you just put a Lay's under it. But he wiped it off.
I chipped you. Smell the lace.
that's how he finds
I can smell the homogenized oils. I'm like a bloodhound.
Speaking of like saying mean things on stage, I hosted Potluck like 2 Mondays ago.
Yeah.
I wanted to tell you great job.
Hey, thank you.
But then I watched you.
Yeah. This guy.
Yeah.
One of my favorites. Anyway, I started this thing where I was roasting everyone on the open mic, like after they went up, like whatever,
Old
right?
school.
Yes. But then I realized I set the bar for the audience. Now, every time I came up, they were like, what's he gonna say? What's he gonna say? And my brain was exhausted by like hour 1. I was like, oh fuck, I don't know if I can do this. And then the next day, it was all fun and games. And then the next day, I woke up and really nervous and kind of sad. Like, was I too mean to people? Are people gonna think I'm a asshole?
Does it give you more of an appreciation for Tony Hinchcliffe? Because that guy can go non-stop, ripping every single person.
Yeah, but
They're opposite personalities.
That's what it is. I don't think he feels bad the next day.
He doesn't feel
he
bad.
doesn't give a shit.
He's also, I don't think he gets exhausted by the last person. He's just like, bam, bam,
Yeah.
bam.
No, for sure. I mean, but yeah, it always gives me like respect for anybody who can like do that. Yesterday I did a 2-hour podcast, and I realized like what a muscle it is to be like to be on that long. It's tough.
It's either autistic or mentally ill. You shouldn't be on for that long.
Yeah. I compared hosting Potluck. It's more of a trade than like art. Like it was like welding, not
I think
painting.
it's also more exhausting when you're not having as much fun. Because when you were there at our comedy dating show last time, you were on for the whole over 2 hours. The
You're
thing
right.
was.
That
And you
was
were
so
on
fun.
and
You guys
ripping.
remember Futurama?
Yeah.
You guys remember Party Slug?
I don't. See, I never watched Futurama, but every time I watch it, I go, I should watch this.
Party Slug was this slug that was supposed to like just party the whole time.
So it's not just a clever name.
No, it's literally he parties with everybody. He's supposed to like juice everybody up for this product, and then like on the side he takes off his glasses and they're just like glazed over with red. He's like, I'm so tired, and that's how you have to be. You have to pretend like you're having a good time, but then
Morgan
like off to
is
the
Party
side,
Slug.
Morgan Mizell is 100% Party Slug.
Yeah.
Like he's just like partying at the after hours party,
You know
having a
what that
good
makes me
fucking
think
time, and then he takes his glasses off. He's like, I just want a good night. I just want a night in.
Do you guys think that during COVID, when outdoor shows was a thing, do you think on cold nights, Bert Kreischer ever went out there and took his shirt off and was like, man, I wish I didn't have to take my shirt off during the set.
Honestly,
you know?
the amount that he takes off his shirt, I would do that in front of a mirror and then just put lipstick all over my body. Like, I'm a pretty girl. I'm a pretty girl because I have to be a pretty girl.
Well, also he's hammered, and you know they say the drunk freeze, so he wouldn't feel it. His fucking
just
nipples.
imagine walking outside. Take off your shirt, fatso.
Dude,
he loves it.
I dealt with it a little bit with the Kill Tony thing. It was like I'd do the purple dildo or get naked, and like you see people in the streets. I've been lucky enough to be recognized, and people are like, where's the purple dildo? And I'm like, I'm trying to take my mom
ass.
to lunch right now. I'm a human being, dude. I don't just walk.
Where's the purple
Yeah,
You're like a
they,
piggy
they will
mouse.
ask me that. Where's the purple dildo? And I'm like,
One day you're going to have it in your back pocket. Here
Here it is.
Right.
What now?
well, I tell them, I'll
pull it
tell
out of
them,
your mouth.
I'll say, I don't even know where it is right now. And they'll be like, yeah, sure. The more you like say, I don't know where it's at, they're like,
You're about
all right.
9 more where's the purple dildos for that you're at home in front of the mirror with the purple dildo. I guess you're A.
Or I get a silencer that's a purple dildo. Like, it's right here.
Well,
You're like, actually, it's with my ex-girlfriend. I gave it to her as a gift for Valentine's Day.
Oh,
yeah.
Don't bring no women exist before this new one. All right, none of them exist.
This new one? What do you mean by this new
This only one? I didn't hear.
Wow.
The new one.
Wow.
Ooh, the new one? As if there were going to
The.
be another new one? Like a
She's the only woman in my life. No women have ever existed except my mother.
Yeah. Anyway, for
And I don't
Sounds
even see her
very
as a woman.
healthy.
For those who don't know, Joel got a mail order bride from the Ukraine. She came in a wooden box.
We think she's a spy. We're like pretty sure she's a spy.
Yeah.
That's fine. I don't like this riff anymore.
Yeah, don't go up to her and whisper the code volume 456, because then she'll go, no, it's not yet, not yet. She'll like explode.
No, we have a closet full of code volume 6.
No, it's good, man. I like this you.
Yeah, me too.
You're not as anxious. You're looser. You're good.
Dude, it's
happy Joel. Yeah, way better than neurotic sad Joel.
Yeah. I'm still a mess up here, but I try to limit how much of that escapes my mouth now because I want to be strong and stable for her.
I wrote this joke for specifically monogamous guys. It's when your eye hits the eye like a big pizza pie, but it's when you are a monogamous guy and you get to cream pie. That's amore.
Yeah.
I don't know
That's
anything
amore.
about that, guys. I wouldn't.
That's
know.
amore. When you get
is
to cream
amore.
pie the same
It
one
is
every
amore.
time,
Yeah.
and she allows you to.
Yeah.
That's amore.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's what's happening with you, but
Yeah.
I'm saying maybe you're on the verge there. I don't know.
When you can come on her tits, but you choose to have kids, that's amore.
That's amore.
Don't want kids. Never happening.
That's why they end up on her tits.
I don't want to talk about this anymore. Just kidding.
Well, we just rambled right on in, but the actual theme of this episode I wanted to talk about was, not sure if this was a big thing in your life. You grew up in Frogtown. You grew up in the mean
Taliban,
streets of
mean streets of the Taliban.
Taliban. Yeah.
Jalalabad. Yes.
You grew up in some sort of Call of
Dude, say what you want about Middle East, but like fucking Afghanistan, they got some really funny names of cities.
Yeah.
I think they sound
Kabul
beautiful.
is fucking
Yeah.
tight too.
Yeah.
Kabul.
You grew up in some sort of Call of Duty town, so
Yeah, I'm not Afghan, by the way, but I'm just saying they have funny names.
I grew up in Stockton. So there's I guess a weird code amongst a lot of the people out there about snitching.
Oh, yeah.
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 And I just kind of wanted to bring it up, maybe bring up situations into where you could have snitched, maybe you did snitch, maybe how you feel about it now. So I guess I'll start off because growing up, I had the fat little teacher. Like I was that kid.
Really?
You get phased out of that real easy.
Miss!
Do the voice.
Excuse miss, you forgot to give us homework.
Ugh, this fucking fat love of honey. How dare he? Yeah. What happened?
I kicked the camera. It's
Why
fine.
would you fucking kick the camera?
I was mad at it. It looked at me wrong.
You're a changed man now.
Yeah, I
all
know.
right? So there's that, but then you grow out of that because obviously nobody likes, like I would say, meaningless snitch. Because snitching in school means nothing.
Yeah.
In like the aspect of schoolyard.
I don't know,
shit,
man. Columbine was a really sad thing, and I think that maybe more people should have snitched on
Did
those
people
kids.
know that they were gonna shoot up the school and they didn't snitch?
We'll never know because they didn't tell.
I know if Columbine was fucked up, I was like, I stayed home that day. I was sick all of a sudden. You know, I had some insider information.
Dude, do you think there's gotta be? There might have been.
There had to have been like, hey, stay home today. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Columbine,
home today.
the people who didn't snitch, they got stitches.
Yeah.
No, they
Fuck.
didn't. They're at home with a blanket on their legs, watching the news. Like, what
The people who didn't say anything about it, who didn't even know about it, they had to get some stitches. Some of them.
Yeah, you're right.
Imagine being the kid who was actually sick from home sick at home that day. Like,
Fuck.
whoa!
And everybody thinks you knew, and
That person's a pastor now because he believes in God for sure.
yeah. God gave me the smallpox that day,
Yeah.
or whatever the
Fucking
fuck.
hell. man.
I remember Mr. Springer, shout out, one of my best teachers I ever had, second
Jerry,
grade.
that's staying home.
yeah,
you
Jerry
can't-
Springer. I remember when I was a kid, there was like one of the other kids like took our basketball, and we were all playing, and then he went away with it, and then I went and told on him. I went to Mr. Springer, and I was like, Mr. Springer, I forget the kid's name, Jeremiah maybe. I'm like, he took our basketball, and then he goes like, you can't always come to the teacher and have him deal with it.
Oh damn!
And he's like, go take the basketball away, and punch him.
Shut up!
I swear.
So it was Jerry Springer.
Jerry.
And so I did, made the kid cry. The kid came and cried to the teacher. The teacher was like, you shouldn't have taken their basketball.
Damn.
It's like, and he kind of just taught us all a life lesson right in that moment.
Wow.
And then your teacher got a microphone and put it next to the face of a mixed black girl. She's like, I think you shouldn't have done that. Fuck you, bitch! You stupid bitch!
And then Steve came out.
Exactly.
Steve. But that was dope.
Damn.
I was like, yeah.
That's wild.
I thought that was great advice. You know?
Yeah.
He's like, hey, don't snitch.
Maybe don't hit the kid.
Just hit the kid.
I would have said, go
great.
hit the basketball. If some shit goes down, then I'll back you up. But go fight your own fight.
I said the same shit to my niece and nephew too. I remember I was teaching them. I was like, if a kid's bullying you guys, sock him in the nose. Just punch him right in the nose.
Yeah.
I'm like, let him know you're not to be messed with.
Wow.
And then my niece is a little older than my nephew, and she's like, I don't think that's good advice. So blah blah blah. And then I'm like, ask your dad. He'll give you the same advice. And then when my brother came home, they asked him, and I was like, and he was like, yeah.
Wow.
Hit him in the face. I'll have your back 100%.
Damn.
You know, I'm like, yeah, because violence is necessary a little bit in this world.
What happens if she hits him in the nose or the person, and then they fuck her up?
That's part of the world too.
Yeah, I guess you're not gonna die in like a middle school
You do
fight.
have to learn who you can hit in the nose and who you can't too.
Yeah.
You know, you got to learn that shit.
Yeah.
I know like a cousin of mine who was like back home recently.
Oh, you know your cousin?
Yeah.
Nice.
He instead of calling the cops on like these guys who've been burning out in front of our like by aunt's house, burning out. They were just doing donuts for days.
yeah.
Nobody called the police. He went out there drunk, tried to handle it himself. He was just like, "Stop it, you guys!" So instead of calling the police, he fucking got his ass beat.
Damn.
And he just took the ass beating, and like the next day, my aunt was like, "What the fuck happened to you?"
But what he
was
should have
like,
done is he should have thrown out one of those things that the cops have and just popped all their tires.
Yeah. It's
like
a
in the
fucking-
middle of it. Just,
What are they called? Like a spike strip?
Yeah, spike strip.
Hell yeah.
Nah, you just play the hello. This is you play a pretend Karen.
yeah.
Pretend Karen. There are 4 Latin men out there right now.
Yeah,
I am white, and then
Saul doesn't have to change his voice at
I
all.
don't have to change my voice at all. Just a little bit of a
Just comes and
cadence.
says, "Hi, I'm
little bit of a
Karen."
cadence. And then you go to sleep and you're outside. You're like, man, I hope they handled itself. And you go to sleep.
Yeah, you hope
I would just enjoy the show.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I love that shit. I'm like, yeah. Or when the dirt bikes are fucking doing wheelies down Sunset,
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I love that shit.
I think there is something. Look, I love all of it. I'm into extreme sports, right? But I think there is something sad about grown men thinking wheelies are still cool.
Yeah, it's a little
They
bit.
are. They
yeah.
are. Like, say,
Are they
I
not?
am one of these people, but
It's sad that we
there
think
is
it.
something. Yes.
It's
Like,
sad that we
what
think
about
it.
it is
I
like?
think it's cool as shit. I think hydraulics and airbags.
Oh, now you got me. I'm into that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
When I see
Big fan.
when I see an old ass like cholo in a fucking old Chevy fucking making it jump up and down. Yeah, there it is. Dude, I get excited as fuck.
Dude, that is my dream car, dude.
Yeah.
I want a fucking like Lincoln Continental on airbags where they like replace all the old shit with new shit. Yeah, dude.
Airbags sound better
Yeah,
than hydraulics.
for sure.
Yeah.
They sound like this.
I don't sound like an airbag. I do sound like an
okay,
airbag
cool,
a little bit.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit. Do you guys think 6ix9ine snitched?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For
Do you
sure.
think it was appropriate or not appropriate?
I go back and forth. From what I've heard, when he says it, is somebody that was like claiming to be his like really close like brother and friend was like fucking his girlfriend, like all this shit, and he was like, why would I protect this guy? This guy's like not my friend.
Yeah.
But it's
There's
tough.
a blind loyalty that I guess the hood has.
Yeah.
Like that you have to not snitch regardless of how personal.
Well, you just
logic
handle
gets
it on
thrown
your
out the
own,
window.
right? Like I saw this thing with Cameron. You've seen the interview where
Nah.
like somebody's interviewing him and he's like, if you knew a serial killer was living next door to you, would you tell? And he said no.
Huh.
And that's
what would you just kill them?
I guess. I mean, yeah. If you're like living that street life and you're about that shit, I guess that's probably how you handle it.
You've got your own police force.
Yeah. Probably a little more. There's a little more justice in hood justice, I think.
Probably, sometimes, but there's also more just tragedies. And
of course, yeah.
You live amongst it. Like when my wife was living with my mom in Stockton, like it's still the same streets. She would walk the dog, and she would say there'd just be fucking cholos out there.
Yeah.
They doing their thing. She's like, they'd wave.
Yeah.
Because they know she's a part of the neighborhood. It's fine.
Of course, yeah.
Dude, when I lived in Rampart area,
on
Carondelet, we lived on this one little street that was like, it was a dope street. Really, it was up on a hill, beautiful views. Not a lot of homeless people because they wouldn't want to climb up the hill.
Yeah.
But we lived right next to these like gangster ass cholos.
Yeah.
And they were cool as shit. Of
course, yeah.
Every 4th of July, they would be lighting off fireworks. They would invite us over for all this dope food, and we'd be lighting fireworks with them. It was the best time ever.
Yeah.
And they're really friendly, really, really nice people. But they'd be, just outside on lawn chairs in front of their building.
Of course.
Just like fucking running the neighborhood.
Yeah.
One day, SWAT came, busted into the house, arrested a bunch of them and shit. I was like, oh shit, like people have been watching them and like.
That seems like a gang injunction. Like they do those right before they start to gentrify a neighborhood. They'll come in, get everybody out, people will move, and then they fucking clear it out. They did that to my neighborhood. They did that to Highland Park, Echo Park.
That's definitely what happened.
Yeah.
I saw, as a kid, waiting for the bus to go to school, I saw someone jack someone's entire speakers, their whole system. There's some idiot went inside of a taqueria, or not, inside of a Mexican bakery. He's in there for a long time. Fucking Lexus pulls up, gets out, doors are unlocked, takes fucking shit up front, takes the speakers in the back. Took him 10 minutes. He's not good at it.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there watching. I'm all fat, eating one of those Fruit Loops to goes, watching this dude steal speakers. And I'm just like, it didn't even faze me.
Yeah.
It was like the most interesting thing.
For sure.
We're in a situation, I just got the bus and went to school. And I was like, I'll just have that story forever. So instead of snitching, I just like, oh, this guy's not a good robber, but watching him do it.
He's got heart.
Dude, I used to snitch on my sister all the time.
Well,
to parents.
I
think there's levels. Parents, you snitch to. Teachers, it depends. If you got a dope teacher like Jerry Springer, And then cops, it's like unless you have no other option. If you're living in like, I feel like you might have, if you have a serial killer next door or some shit like that, I feel like that's okay.
Yeah.
But if you're like, I think the snitches get stitches rule, I think really applies to like if you're a gang member.
Yeah.
Or something.
If you're living by that
life,
code, yeah.
I don't think, and then it's like, or if you're part of that community, you're not gonna snitch or whatever. But you'll have other sources that you can go to get justice. Like we said.
And honestly, the real ones, like the ones that are have power and gang members, it doesn't like, it feels like the scrubs are like where you from, fool?
Yeah.
Like those are that's like the runoff gang members who got nothing else to do.
Yeah, they're like foot soldiers.
It's like, get the fuck out of here, man. I saw a dude over at For the Win Burgers. Like he was making it a thing, like saying where you from, because he saw some other Mexican fool, and I was like, fool, we're eating fries with ketchup right now.
Yeah.
Like
we're eating overpriced burgers.
Yeah.
Man. It's this Fool's Gone Wild thing just happened this past weekend, and there was like probably thousands of cholos there, and I asked Guam because he went, I was like, were there any fights? He said no, everybody was just like happy to be there. Like that feels like it's a young man's game, but also, and the older I get, I'm like, dude, we just want to fucking have a nice life. We want to go to Disneyland with our kids, whatever. We don't need to be like hitting fools up like, where you from.
I think the foot soldiers, the lowest level of the gang, is like the people who work for minimum wage at McDonald's.
Yeah.
They got nothing going on. They hate their job, and the only thing they got is, I'm part of this gang, I'm tough, and they'll exploit that. The people who are higher up, cholos who are out of who are doing better, who are able to afford to go to Fool's Gone Wild and shit like that, they're not trying to. They're like, let's have fun. We didn't spend all this money to not have fun. Here.
I've suffered for 20 years trapping and all this.
You
shit.
see them at George's shows. They're like the dopest audience.
Yeah,
it is weird when a Soreño's like, he's like, oh, I'm also just a factory worker with kids. Like they bang, but they bang. They're like, oh, but also I got soccer practice for my kids.
Man, yeah,
That's
I
fucking
do
wild.
love that.
But it's
great.
just like I love it. I'm like,
Yeah.
they're integrating into society. What do you need to do?
I mean, I think it's been like ingrained in my body and brain to not snitch. I mean, you guys have seen me on this show. You could probably find clips of like, I'll say allegedly. I don't like to like say names. A lot of it's
you're very much into
ridiculous
that.
Right.
because no one gives a fuck, but it's still like, oh, I can't tell this thing is, or it's like, it's not my story to be telling. This is this other guy's thing, you know?
Like I know, remember we had that other episode about a person being told that they got a job at the Comedy Store, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I know what happened. I know I've found out since who sent
Fuck, I can't
that
believe-
email, all that
Oh,
stuff.
fuck,
I
you
know
gotta tell me
everything.
that
No,
after
you
this.
can't.
I know
You gotta
everything.
take that to your
I know
grave.
everything, but I'm not telling anybody.
You have to take that to your grave.
Snitches get
What? Diabetes?
diabetes. Yeah, and I don't want diabetes.
They get the type 2 one.
There is like, and then so I had a buddy. Oh fuck. Okay, see, this is where I start doing the math. But I knew a guy who went to prison, and they were telling me that he didn't say anything. He kept his mouth shut the whole time, and it actually helped his case, and he got out earlier because they just didn't have enough on him. So there is like an actual tactical, like real life reason to not say anything.
Have you guys ever heard of the prisoner dilemma?
No.
Where it's like if two prisoners get arrested at the same time and they're both in separate rooms being interrogated, if both of them don't snitch on each other, they're both safe and they'll both be fine.
Yeah.
But if one of them snitches and the other one doesn't, the one who snitches is going to be safe and the other one isn't. So, and if they both snitch, they're both in trouble.
God damn.
So it's like if they can both just not say anything, they'll both be safe.
Yeah.
But there's this incentive to, if you don't trust the other person to,
Yeah.
And I think it's that. It's like if you can really enforce the code of don't snitch.
Yeah. You're going to be okay.
Yeah, you're going to be okay.
Yeah, Killer Mike has this line in a Run the Jewels song. He says, if the cops in your, just skip to the fifth, if the cops in your house, close your mouth and pray to your Jesus. It's pretty good.
I have logic goes through my brain so much that sometimes I don't want to stay loyal to all. You know what I mean? Like
That's
I'm
also
what the
true. You're
fuck?
like,
I'm not
I don't
loyal
know
to these
you.
streets. I don't
Yeah.
fucking know you, regardless of gang, whatever. So like that still overpowers me too. In the past, where I have gotten jumped from young Norteños, and just calling them a homophobic slur because they don't like because that affects them the most.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't fucking know these people. I'm not gonna. But you lose that. You lose that.
I think you're also.
tenacity.
I think if you live in the hood, and the cops only come in to arrest people and shit, they're not in there patrolling, helping and shit, then your people who police the neighborhood and stuff are the gangs and shit. You'll be too afraid to snitch.
Yeah, of course, 100%.
Yeah, they're not coming to fucking help
Nobody's
you.
gonna help you.
That's the other thing too. Like when you like become an informant or you snitch, they're not protecting you once you leave the precinct.
Right.
You
They're
know,
gonna
like,
use you for whatever they want to use you for.
bye, and then you get like shot
See you later.
immediately.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's fucking nuts, man. Did you guys ever hear? And I don't know if this is like a legend or whatever the story is. I know the story is true, but I heard that the term stand-up comedian came from a specific guy who was doing shows for the mafia. Whatever, something happened. He didn't want to do them anymore, blah, blah, blah. So they slit his throat, but he lives and he never tells. And they took care of him for the rest of his life for
was
being
like
a stand-up guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never heard that.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
good because
Yeah.
I mean I'm glad it was the mob that slit his throat because
Yeah.
if you're gonna live as a stand-up comedian, could be you slit your own throat.
Yeah.
Inside
Yeah,
of
I
like
know,
a
you're
Best
right.
Western
Yeah, you're not going to snitch on
in
yourself.
Bronson, Missouri,
Man.
because you're sad. All right.
But I would say that. Okay, I got a question for you guys. Do you guys think that the good of not snitching outweighs the bad of not snitching, or vice versa? Like, do you think overall it's better to not say shit? I do.
The context
I don't know.
of snitching for me, I don't. It has to be more personal. So the good more would outweigh the bad.
To not snitch.
Like
yeah.
if a gang was responsible for like my brother or my mom's death, fuck them.
Yeah.
Forever. I'm snitching on whoever the fuck I want. That's my guts. That's my goddamn blood.
Or would you be so mad you say, fuck it, my mom and brother are dead, I'm gonna go grab these gats and go get these dudes because I have nothing to live
I'd
for
rather
now.
put them in cages like
Yeah.
rats.
Ooh, I like the
I'd
way you
rather put 'em
said
in
it. That was
cages
like
intense.
I
I'd
think
rather
it's a
put 'em in
case by
cages.
case based on the world you live in.
I want your family to come see you from a glass.
Damn.
So that
Look at his eyes. I've never seen this.
Look, this is when it comes to murdering my mom.
Yeah.
You murder my mom.
Yeah, you're right.
I want you to be a rat forever. I want you to be within touching distance of your daughter, but she's right here through glass and you can't touch her skin no more. I want you to live through that.
Hell yeah.
Forever. Sorry about that. I got a little crazy.
No, it's great. I love it.
Crazy.
I love it. That's awesome.
You're like the opposite of Carmelo Anthony.
What do you mean?
He got in trouble because he was in a Snitches Get Stitches like ad campaign in like the early 2000s.
Wow.
Because like it wasn't an ad campaign. It was like not an ad campaign. It was not an ad campaign. It was like one of those DVDs that was like it was called Snitches Get Stitches, and it was like
just
beef gangs
yeah.
talking about shit, and then like. He was in it saying like, "Yeah, Snitches Get Stitches" because he's from a New York hood neighborhood in like Queens or some shit. Man. And then he got in trouble because they were like, "Actually, you're an NBA superstar. You shouldn't be telling kids to not."
Yeah.
You know.
Man.
But if it's just some lady, like if I saw the murder of some lady,
Yeah.
nah,
Yeah.
I would say nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
100%, I would say nothing.
Man.
No, I don't know. I might say something.
I would say nothing.
Depends on how safe I feel in that neighborhood. Like if I'm like living up in an apartment building and I see something happening, and if I feel like I can call the police and have the murderers caught and put in jail, even if I don't know that lady, I think they're murderers and should go to jail. So I would do that.
You make sense.
But if I lived in a project where the people would know I told and my life is in danger, my family's life is in danger, of course, then you're making a different decision. Like,
Yeah, I don't see nothing. I don't say nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
I think what's interesting about all this is like, I think people the hardcore, like I was thinking about comments coming in. It's like the hardcore people saying, don't snitch. Other people saying that I'm learning now as I get older too, that life is a gray area in between everything. And like a lot of these, the ends of the bread suck, you know, you want to be in the middle of the loaf.
Dog, you know who snitches the most is the heads of the gangs. Fucking they tell their cop alliances, hey, fucking go arrest those guys, send those guys in jail. They're snitching on each other constantly. There's this code for the people.
Yeah, do as I say, not as I do.
Exactly.
Yeah. Whitey Bulger, like the biggest
Yeah,
mob
the
boss
biggest
ever.
snitch, yeah.
The biggest snitch ever.
Snitch, yeah.
So I don't know. It all seems like the whole loyalty, no snitching.
Yeah.
Wouldn't Whitey Bulger be the best name for like a white porn star with a huge dick?
or like a baseball star with a huge dick.
Yeah, Whitey Bulger.
I remember one time my sister said to me, I was like annoying my sister when I was a little kid, and she was like, stop being a dick. Is what she said. She's like, stop being a dick. And in Farsi, there's no word. The word for penis doesn't also mean asshole.
Gotcha.
And it doesn't also mean annoying.
Yeah.
So I just went to my mom and I told her in Farsi, I was like, Hale said, I'm being a penis. Yeah. And my mom got so mad at my sister because in her head, and my sister was trying to explain to her, like, no, it doesn't mean penis in English, though. It means like annoying.
Yeah.
And then she's trying to explain to her, and my mom's like, I know what that word means.
Yeah.
That means penis.
Yeah.
And you said penis to your and I knew that I would get my sister in trouble.
This guy's insidious.
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten snitched on to a point where it's gotten you like really in trouble? Maybe like from a brother or sister, from a classmate.
I snitched on myself one time because I was in my room. My mom had got me this like Marvel drawing book, like draw the superheroes from Marvel or whatever. Yeah. So I was drawing the Human Torch, and I thought it'd be a cool idea to set the paper on fire to make him, the torch. Yeah. And my brother walks in and like caught me doing. He goes, "Ooh, I'm gonna tell mom," and he was like running, and I go, "No," and I like ran and and he was like, I just told on myself, and he was like, I wasn't gonna say anything, I was just fucking with you. And then I got in trouble. My mom took me to the fire station, and they scared the fuck out of me. I remember crying in the fire station, like, which was a pretty good lesson on my mom's part.
That's a good way to do it.
She had the fire department scared.
I didn't. This isn't really snitching, but I found my older brother Herbud's porn stash once when I was like maybe 8 years old, and I was like, ooh. Whoa, so I just went into this. maybe 9. I don't know. I was pretty.
Yeah.
It was pretty sweet. And it was like some dirty ass magazines. It was like Club Magazine. I don't know if you heard of it.
Curvy
You
sword.
came on the
Curvy
magazine,
sword.
you snitched on
Curvy
Real
yourself?
women have curvy swords.
Curvy Sword Illustrated.
She got a Sultan hat on with titties right there. Oh, nice.
And I just went into the bathroom and was just looking. I wasn't jerking off yet. I was too young.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, this is good.
Yeah,
I
that
like this.
endorphin rush.
And I was just like, and then my mom was like, you've been in there for a long time. What's going on? And I like freaked out. And I just put the bag of magazines like underneath the sink. I was like, she'll never
I've done
look there.
that.
She'll
Yeah.
never look under the sink.
Yeah.
And then I just like left. And then my mom immediately finds the bag.
Fuck.
And goes like, where did you find this? You know? And then I go, And then she realizes it's my older brother's, obviously. And then she yells at him and
She
throws out
beat
his
the
entire porn
fuck
stash.
out of him.
She threw it all in the trash.
Damn.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That probably took him years to accumulate
Yeah.
so that he could accumulate.
And then years later, he's taking me to college, and I'm telling him about that story, and he's like, "You did that?"
Yeah.
He's like, "You're the one who got my porn." He's like, "Oh."
Yeah.
And he was still mad.
now he's white.
You snitched on yourself years later.
Yeah.
God damn.
Damn, dude, you had gotten away.
Yeah, I'd gotten away, but I was like,
I accidentally snitched on someone because I like to brag out loud.
Yeah.
Some of the funnest times in my life was throwing rocks at an old warehouse and breaking out the windows.
Oh, I love that.
Well, not so
much
different
fun.
after all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so much fun. So much fun.
Warehouse and women are completely different.
warehouse and tanks.
So we'd throw rocks and we'd break all the windows out and then having fun. So I was having fun with my boy Chris. And so then I was just walking back and I had another friend. Like, what are you guys doing? Oh, we were throwing rocks. We were throwing rocks at the warehouse. Keep walking. Another person, where's Chris? Oh, he's throwing rocks. And then I accidentally run into Chris's mom. I'm just like, where's Chris? I'm like, oh, we're having fun throwing rocks at the warehouse. And then I went home and he comes back and I remember he knocks on the window. I open the window and he punches me through the window.
Whoa.
He's like, the fuck? And I go, what the fuck? And he goes, you told my mom we were throwing rocks at a window at the warehouse? I was like, oh no, I was bragging about that. I forgot she was your mom for a second.
Yeah.
I was bragging.
I was bragging about
I
throwing
was
rocks
just so
at a
proud.
Dude, it was fun. I got a big one. Oh, I could throw big ones up there. And it was great.
Damn, dude.
But yeah, that's the first time. Like I was like, I accidentally dry snitched on myself. I was out there like a rapper.
Yeah.
Throwing rocks at a warehouse, and just this is a good hit.
Oh,
right
that's
here.
a song. We should make that.
No, I don't want to throw rocks. No, that's bad. Katie, have you ever? What do you feel about this situation? Snitching and/or have you snitched?
I feel like I totally have snitched, 100%. I was a goody two shoes all through school.
Okay,
but I can't name. I was thinking about a time. I don't think can think of anything specifically, but I definitely have snitched on people, 100%. But I've learned to pick my battles
now.
Now, and I will snitch if it's if it'll benefit me the most. So, yeah. Yeah.
That's how snitching works, man.
It's,
Yeah.
I'll snitch when snitching needs to be applied.
Also, she said goody two shoes hormones. Shoes are.
Fuck. They're like burkas for your. No, what's
They're like
for your
burkas
feet.
for your feet.
Yeah.
The new Nike Air Burka.
Air burka. You gotta hide your toes so Muhammad can't see them.
Oh shit! Cut that out.
No, don't cut it out. I'm sorry. Muhammad's a guy I know.
Yeah, Muhammad. He's into men feet.
So, I was gonna end this show with you guys have any good ones of the week? Maybe ones that haven't snitched.
Good ones of the week.
I got one. It was my wife. She's a Karen. I own her like a pit bull, you know. So she's like how Karen, like how pit bulls exist. So I hone her Karenness for snitching towards stuff
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
to my advantage.
Yeah.
Laser accuracy.
Yeah, laser accuracy. But instead of why is that couple doing? I'm like, leave them alone.
Yeah.
Let them do what they do.
Yeah.
Let's focus on getting
Why
my
are
money
they
back.
barbecuing without a permit?
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine.
Like,
Just
Honey,
chill.
if you tell we can't get any of the chicken.
Chill. Let's get
yeah.
some of that chicken.
Yeah.
That looks like good chicken based on the skin pattern I'm looking at.
Skin pattern.
Take it easy.
What are they, fucking jaguar or something? Oh, I like that.
Good run of the week for you guys.
I'm gonna go with Ryan O'Neal because when I was hosting potluck, he came in and he was like, "Did you get everybody up?" He goes, do your thing. It's all good. I don't care if you go over a little bit. It's gonna be all good." He's like, "Are you gonna do time?" I was like, "Just do your thing." He was very calming and very cool to let me run a little bit longer than I did. I was able to get up Feng Chao and.
Yeah,
he's also a former door guy, so he gets it too.
Real quick,
he knows it.
And let this know to your other, what do you call your shows? Door guys? Can you let them know that we don't appreciate you guys going over 9:30 as the paid regulars? And I'm speaking on behalf of all the paid regulars. So when you guys get done sweeping up the carpets, let them know.
Okay,
9:30.
It's 1 week. Cool. 1 week is all it takes. And so you picked your wife that you love. Yeah. You picked Ryan O'Neal. I'm gonna pick my friend Lulu. Who's gonna be on Dirty at 10:30 on the 12th, I believe.
Know Lulu?
How do we know Lulu? She's a very sweet, awesome comedian.
I don't trust her for American business.
I mean, she might be a spy, but she's a funny spy.
What about who's she dating?
I think she's dating Joe Morisi. If I'm not mistaken.
God, I'll fucking kill you. Do this. The bottom of this thing is really heavy.
Hey, Lulu.
Joel Morisi is, I believe.
I agree with that. What a wonderful woman. So sweet, so kind to me.
Well, that's been Dogs of Browntown. Don't snitch or do snitch. I don't know. I'm not you. I have no idea.
Snitch to your friends about how good this podcast is.
Yeah, I like that.
You know.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Fun.
I was gonna bring. Please rate, review, subscribe right down here.
Follow us on Instagram at Dogs of Browntown and follow me on Instagram at Not Hormones.
Don't forget about me. That's Saul Comedy, Saul Trujillo.
Hey, don't leave me out of the fun. I'm at Mostly Sorry on Instagram. Yeah.
Hey, what are you doing right now? You better be subscribing. Check this one. Click, or maybe this video. I know you want to click that one. That's the one you want. Just subscribe.